Salutare, dragilor! Astăzi suntem la un nou episod de podcast. Vrei să afli despre studiul în țara care îți poate aduce șanse de angajare de 100%? Ai vrea să studiezi în această țară în limba engleză. Dacă vrei să ai șanse cât mai mari de angajare și vrei să trăiești într-o țară care îți oferă perspective pentru o carieră internațională, te invit să ne asculți în următoarele minute, pentru că astăzi am alături de mine o invitată din Germania. Asta este țara despre care vom afla astăzi, ce înseamnă costurile în Germania, cât costă școlarizarea, cât mă costă să locuiesc acolo, cum e admiterea în Germania, ce caută universitățile de la tine pentru a fi admis și, cel mai important, zic eu, care sunt oportunitățile de carieră după absolvirea unei universități. I will switch it to English in order to welcome my guest. Hello, Annett.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for being here and taking your time. Annett Großmann, it's a professor from a German university, and I will let her to present herself and to mention from what university she is. Annett, if you want, you can already share your screen in order to have maybe more information about your school. And we will be very, very interested to see more details about you and to understand where you are a professor and what you're going to talk about today.
Hi, Leah. So I'm since 2015 a professor for company organization at Heilbronn University of Applied Science. And I want to show you this little presentation because I think our campus itself, to begin with, is just beautiful. We moved to this brand new campus, and you see some pictures here on this first slide. And I'm representing the study course Business Engineering because Germany is great for educate engineers. And I'm an engineer myself. I studied engineering some time ago, and I have a PhD in engineering, and I'm proud to be a German engineer. So I'm here to propose German engineering to you guys in Romania.
Annett, I want to ask you, you've been a professor all your life, or you've worked also in the field?
I had an education as a toolmaker early in life, and then I studied mechanical engineering. I did my PhD in Kassel about quality management at the university there. Then I went to live in Houston, Texas for 7 years, and that was very amazing. I worked in quality management, and I worked for a company that produces valves. And after that, I said, okay, let's go back to Germany. And I worked in purchasing, international purchasing for 10 years. And I purchased aluminum die castings, actually from Romania, Bulgaria, Latvia, and also Turkey. And I purchased, or was responsible for purchasing aluminum coils. And that was really exciting. But at some point, 2015, I said, I want to go back to teaching because I really like the concept of what we do at the University of Applied Science. Very unique. We teach basically from the industry. We come with our industry experience and we teach back to the students, and we teach really practical experiences, and they get theory, but they also get practical experiences. And that's really, I really like to teach. I just think the opportunity is really great to influence young people's lives. What I do every day, and I see their faces, and I see that they like what we do, and they like to learn, and that's just amazing.
I shared with you the idea of bringing value in education and helping this youth, the youth people,
Yes.
to have a direction in life. Annett, you started to mention about the applied sciences. So in Romania, for example, we don't have the applied sciences system. So we have only the research universities, like the theoretical ones. What does it mean, the applied sciences?
It is as a system. We also do have universities in Germany. Universities are also needed for people that go into, let's say,
Annett,
scientific work.
sorry to like
Yeah.
when you say universities, like people, they don't understand it usually. So universities is
Okay.
research, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Scientists, researchers, which
Okay.
are also needed. But University of Applied Science means you apply the science to the practical approach. So you combine basically what you know from research, you combine it with companies. And I have in this presentation, I have at some point, I have this, let's go to this page. So we have companies, really, those companies are around us in Heilbronn, and we take, let's say, their problems and their issues, and we learn together with the students, we help the companies to solve their problems. So we take our science and we put it together with practical knowledge. And so we equip the student with knowledge, and we send the students to the company and say, this is the problem of the company. You as a group solve this problem. And this is really great because it does help everyone to understand the real problem and not just to...
But what does it mean, Annette? Because we don't have this system, you know, for us it's
Okay.
very like CFA, you know, when we talk
Okay.
about these kind of things. So what does it mean? It's how do you offer the practical experience to the students? You showed us the some logos of the company. And you told me that these companies are working, or some of the companies are working directly with the university and with the students for their projects. Like they are coming, hey,
Yes.
this project,
Yes.
and they work directly. So what does it mean that every student who comes in your school, starting with the first year or the second year, has this project?
Okay, I have switched to so this is what we teach basically in this study course, Business and Engineering.
Okay.
And we do have, like in the first semester, so this is like the first semester, we have people from companies present content.
Okay.
Because you, as a student in your first and second semester, you don't know anything basically. So at first you're infused with this knowledge. But later on, here you can specialize. So you are going to be an engineer, but you specialize in, so it's like electives in technology and AI. This is here. I hope you see my cursor. Or you go into the business area. So in this field, you already maybe have teachers from companies. So they tell you, they combine the knowledge with the practical use. Definitely here in semester number 5, you go into a company and you work there for half a year. The whole semester, you work in this company. So you find, it's called an internship. The company finds you, or you find the company, you get paid, and you solve their problems. You help them solve their problem. This is really very exciting. And students come back to semester number 6 and they know so much. You know, they're just, they know how to apply all this knowledge here to the real company. And then we come to semester number 6, and this is called specialization. And here in this semester, you solve problems in small groups, and it's company problems. So the company comes, Audi comes and says, okay, we have a logistics system, and this needs to be restructured. Student group, give us like 3 options, calculate the options, and then tell us what's our best option. And they get help from the company, and they get help from the professors, because we have the knowledge, they have the knowledge, and in the combination, that is the success. And here in semester number 7, you write your bachelor thesis and your the bachelor thesis and the general studies you do mostly in a company. So you are basically part of this company, and they give you like a big piece of responsibility. They pay you well, and they help you, and you come up with a bachelor thesis. You hold this in your hand, and it's like with gold letters, and it's like, this is me. Now I'm a Bachelor of Engineering with this big, beautiful project, and I'm so proud. And they stand there at the graduation and they're proud because they solved this actual problem. And the advantage is that you already have knowledge from the reality. Companies know you, companies offer you jobs. And when you finish, you're basically set to start in the industry. You don't have any, adjusting period because you already know what's going on. And that's very, very good.
So this means that the higher of the chances of getting a job after graduation are like 100%.
Absolutely. You mostly have already choices. Often students, like in semester 4 and 5, they already start to be working students. Mostly they stay on after semester 5 because they're already in contact with the company. They know the bachelor thesis is coming, like they work there for a couple of hours per week, maybe one day, and they stay on. And I have no students that really have problems finding jobs. Sometimes they have even choices. They say, should I go to Porsche or do I really like Audi? What about, some other industries? And we have this founder of this beautiful campus is Dieter Schwarz, and he owns Lidl, Kaufland, and there's always a need for people to work in retail, food retail of everything. People always eat, people buy things.
Before asking you more about the career opportunities, I want still to stick to the business engineering program. So this is a program that at this moment you have it in German and you consider it to have it in English.
Yes.
For international students. And I want to ask you about the program. So it's 3 years and a half, as I can see. And what does it mean, business engineering? Like, because you said that you are going to become an engineering after you are going to graduate this field. But when I'm like students, when usually they are seeing business and engineering, they consider that, okay, I will not study. I will not know very well business, but also I do not know very well engineering. So if you said that they are becoming an engineer after they're graduating, then what is the value of the business added in the program?
I think the practical need is really for people that know both worlds, because you cannot be just an engineer or you cannot be just a business person. You have to combine the knowledge because you're more valuable for the industry if you combine both knowledges. And if you're just an engineer, because I was just an engineer, and then business people tell you, it's good to be an engineer, but you don't have any idea about business. And of course, you find maybe engineers that say, oh, you're just half of an engineer, but you still you have so much engineering knowledge that it is enough to really be a good engineer, but also know about business.
Okay, but I'm asking you because some people, some students, they don't want to have their own business because sometimes they can believe about this. Okay, business, it means if I have my own business or if I want to become a manager or something. And I understand what you're saying. And yes, it's very valuable. I would add business to any subject.
Yes.
I will put it compulsory because it's about the skills that you are going to acquire, because it's not enough to be an engineer, a doctor, whatever. You are going to work with people, you are going to work with projects. So you are going to need like communication skills, teamwork. You need to understand what that client wants and what your team or what your colleague wants. So this is something that you are going to develop in the business study. So as far as I can see, they have some courses in business, but what is from your experience and your point of view, what is the value that it's adding in the career afterwards? Like how am I going to be more interesting for a company, or how my career path is going to be easier because I have business also integrated?
It depends really from what you want. And that's the point. If you expect to be a very specific type of person in a very technical field, then maybe you should study mechanical engineering, if you really focus on this detail. But if you really want to manage your career in a a company itself, it's not really your own company, it's any company. You have to have both sides. And you also have to, you understand the engineer, but you also understand your boss that talks about how are we going to finance the whole thing. You have great ideas, but you have no knowledge how much things are going to cost. And that devaluates your ideas because you cannot sell them if you don't have this engineering and business point of view. So you need both sides, I think, unless you want to become a super specialized engineer, then you better study just engineering.
Thank you, Annette. And I saw that in the specialization in the third year, in the last semester, in the sixth semester, it is mentioned the specialization, and you said technology plus AI. Like I find that this is like very interesting because it's according to what the market, like the jobs they wanted this integrated the AI.
Yes, we have a laboratory and we do AI in reality. So people sit there and program, I would say, little computers that they can sort, they program robots that sort blocks. Blocks mean, if you have to sort, if you can program a computer, a robot that can sort things, that means you don't have to sort things yourself. And this is really a big thing in Heilbronn because we have this beautiful campus, and it is going to be, and already started to be, very specialized in AI because AI is the future. And as Europeans, we have to focus on technological solutions and not on solutions by workforce because we don't have so many people. So we need smart solutions. And that is our laboratory where we develop smart solutions, or the students develop smart solutions. Pretty cool.
So Annette, you said about the laboratory and facilities that you are offering at the university. Being state school,
yes,
usually we consider that the state schools, they don't have like a lot of budget. But so
yeah, compared to,
don't have a lot of budget, it means no facilities.
Oh, that's different. But really, I mean, if I can, let's say, let's really, where in Germany are we?
Super.
Because we don't assume that everyone knows this. So if you have some idea of Germany, we are in this south here,
Okay.
Heilbronn, this little dot. And that means that is where production and companies are. Production of things happen in Baden-Württemberg. So, I mean, in Berlin, they govern, and in Berlin, they spend the money, but we in Baden-Württemberg, we make the money. So it's also beautiful. But the companies I already told you about. And we have this campus with certain locations, but this is the biggest campus or the biggest location, 3,200 students, for 7 faculties, 31 bachelor programs, and 18 master programs. And the faculty of business resides in this beautiful part. And we are in this very good situation to compensate basically low state funding with this ability to use the beautiful facility this nice person, Dieter Schwarz, offers to us and other institutions, like Technical University Munich is located there. ETH Zurich is about to come. There is a little further away, but still close. There is the Corondeux, is like a programming school from France, and they help people learn how to program. And it's also part of this campus. And they really open this EPI, which is also some AI facility, where they really try to implement artificial intelligence. And like every week you're offered like 2 super interesting events where you can go to where it's free. They say, oh, is AI stealing your job? It's like a next Monday. And it's so bustling, very interesting place in Germany. It's still a hidden champion, I would say. So it's not really underfunded because it has this buildings and
So
it's
you are
really,
saying that it's like a hub
yes, AI hub.
in this field, also with other universities. Okay, got it.
This
So
is actually our beautiful, beautiful
it's look
dining hall. Dining hall? No,
it's
it's not a dining hall. I'm sorry. This is the dining hall. It's like underground here. No, this is a library. Where's the dining hall? I don't have pictures there.
but
So it's like, yeah.
it looks very uh it looks like in a private university. It looks very, very good. So you are saying that Dieter Schwarz, yeah, who is the owner of Leader, like the founder of Leader Kaufland, yeah, I think he invested, right? You said that he invested and he built all these facilities for the university because he's living in the same.
Yes, it is his hometown, and it's not far. It's like 42 institutions there, or over 40 institutions that share the buildings. Because he is just big in education, he wants to spend his extra money on education, on us. There's also a private school for kids. There is investment in early education. There is a school for teachers. So it's like this big concept of giving back to society. And it's not common in Germany. Americans do this, but Germans don't do it yet. And sometimes you read in newspapers, read about this thing, and Germans are very skeptical. They say, education should be managed by the state. But he is telling us, no, education should be managed this way. Invest, give, like we really can do. We organize beautiful events. I'm organizing an event next September, and I can get the facilities just for free. I just have to plea my cause, and then they say, yes, we give you the money, or we give you the buildings to do this event. And this is just amazing. I've never seen this before. That is just, and you get used to it very quickly. You sit in those beautiful buildings, and teaching is really different. Students really appreciate that.
It looks very interesting. If I would be interested in to study business and engineering, I would come to you. I was already convinced, let's say, when we met the first time, when you showed me like the pictures and you told me the story about the Dieter Schwarz and that he invested in this and this his hometown, that he wants to invest and to give back to the community,
Yes.
which is it's also according to my values and the student consulting values. So okay, I understood about the facilities. Also, the next question be related to this. So in Romania, we have like a lot of parents who are thinking like this, and they're saying, if the university that I want to study is not one of the top ranked in the world, then I will not go to that university. I prefer to stay in Romania. Because why to go, for example, in Germany, if that school is not highly ranked? Because not being highly ranked, they say it's equal, not quality, which means a very bad investment that you are not going to learn almost anything. So it's not worth for money, better to stay in Romania. So
yes.
how do you, what can you tell me about your school considering rankings? And what is the quality that you are offering in the end? Because I know that you are not one of the schools in the rank. Being also applied sciences, you cannot be in the same rankings with the research universities.
Yes. I think to me important is, number one, the outcome. The outcome is, to me, do my students get good jobs when they're finished? And I can say that 100% of our students get jobs they wanted. And that's, to me, this is a value I would consider important for me. But as a parent, of course, everything is very unknown, and you don't know where you should send your kids to. And the only thing that you have is basically the ranking. So I understand the focus on the ranking. We are a member of this AACSB association, and this is really a association that only lets very good study courses in, and our master programs are in this ranking. So they're very good ranked, or they have a good ranking, and we are about to certify or get also our bachelor courses into this ranking. It is also lots of work, and you have to prepare. And it's also, of course, it's not just a ranking per se. You have to work for this ranking. Like every teacher that is going to teach has to have also a history of scientific work. If that's the requirement for a bachelor class or bachelor study course, this is really hard. So you have to implement this over time, because you teachers mostly don't have time to also do research and publish stuff. So that means you cannot per se say all the study courses are per se ranked in a very high value, because then your teachers don't have time to teach, because they only worry about their scientific ranking, which you don't want. You want teachers that focus on students' education and not just on their, am I looking good to the outside? So it has to be balanced. But our master courses are AACSB ranked.
I understand, but in the end, as you said, Annette, I can go to top school. Top school, I mean, like in the ranking, and it's about the result that I'm going to take. Because coming to an applied sciences school, like to your school, you said. So I saw already some advantages that you are in one of the. You said like production area where there are like the production companies.
Yes.
Right. Then it means that the chances for getting a job in the field related are higher because you are in a hub. Then for the fact that you have internship during the paid internship during the studies, again, it's a plus, and it's an opportunity, a real opportunity to get a job afterwards directly in my field. So these already are taking exactly what I want after graduation. So it's very important for the students to know, if you want to do research in this field, then it's not a good school for you in general. Like, we don't recommend applied science if you want to do research. But if you don't want to do research, and if you want to work in the field and to, as you said, to find solution to problems for your clients or for your companies, then this is the school that you would be interested in. But how I don't know if you like, how old is your school? It's something new, like your school, it's a new school because it's a state school, right?
It's a state school, and it was founded in the 1970s. And it is started at a very small campus. I don't know where it's also here. So it started at this. So we have 4 locations, and it started at this very small technical campus. It has 2,800 students, and it has some renovated buildings, but it's still rather small. And it is like the basic idea of educating students in this in-between level. So it's not university, it's just applied science, with the idea of having students that work in the industry around.
Okay.
And this idea really then grew and has this push by sitting in this beautiful campus now for most of the students. I think German public universities have the disadvantage of they have lots of buildings, they have to take care of those buildings that cost money. And we also want to extend our programs to people from around the world, because we need young people in Germany, and we also believe in young workforce, because I would say demographically, it's probably the same in Romania. There's not enough young people, and we have to extend our programs to people abroad. But coming from Romania, it's much easier than coming from India, because you don't need a visa. You don't just sit in the train and you reach Germany. I did this myself, so I know it's possible. You can also take the car.
I would like, Annette, to ask you more about the internship. So you said that the
Yeah.
internship is
Yes.
paid. And I would
Paid.
like to pay, yeah. And I would
Mhm.
like to ask you what would be the range of the payment. And after I will finish the university, in general, how much are the salaries? Like how much is an engineer can have as a salary afterwards?
Yes, I have this page here.
Because this is something,
Yes.
this is something that would be interesting for the parents. So the ones who are saying, oh, but it's
Yeah.
not ranked in the, I don't know, like the 5 universities or something like that. Then here I think it's important for the parents to understand that, okay, it's not ranked in the first 2 or 3 because this is an applied sciences school. It's something else, another system. But look at the result that you can get from here. Look what your child can get, like can get for 100% a job because it's an
Yes.
internship. And let's see how are the payments. And I don't refer about the cost of living, but
I know.
about like after graduation, what is the range of payment for the internship?
Yes, but it is connected, because my students start with a salary at least 50,000 euro per year.
15, 15?
50, 50.
50. Okay.
50 is basically as a fresh out of school student. This is a must. No student starts lower than that. And if you have to, the question is, how much money do I get and how much money do I need? And if you go to a big university, let's say you want to go to Munich because you like Technical University in Munich, then you will know that in Munich, costs are 3 times higher. That means you have to earn 3 times more money in order to have a good life. So you have to compare what you earn in order to what you have to spend for a good life. So here, let's go back to the 50,000. So this is really the basic, but I have students that start with 70,000, 70. And if you are, I have also students that end up being a SAP consultant in logistics, and it's very easy to reach like 100,000 or even more. And that is logic, because people are needed that put together those engineering and business knowledge, let's say with some logistics or some SAP knowledge. SAP people are really paid very well. So if you have cost of living here between like 300 to 500 euro per month, and like some money for food, for clothes, for transportation, leisure activities, then you have to compare to what do I earn afterwards, because if you finish to be a student, you can still live for 500 euro in a shared apartment. I mean, you would not, but you could, so that the money lasts a long time. We also see those 1,500 euros per semester, but this is also only for outside European students.
So for us, it's for free for Romanian students because we're in Europe. So this is like no tuition fee.
No tuition fee for Romanian students, 164 euros per semester administration fee. Our students complain about that and they say, you know what, guys? Other people pay 10,000 per semester for that and you get it for 164? I say, what? But still, it's 5 euro more than last year.
Super. I think like it's a great start. So this is the result that they can receive after they are going to study at your school. So this is the answer for the question about the ranking. Okay. I want to ask also about I think we discussed about the costs. You told me about how much it costs here. The career opportunities. I don't know if you have any other questions or any other information that you would like to cover.
We do have, let's see, I have this presentation. I flip through a little bit. What I also, I come now from backwards, but what we also offer is support for international students. There's activities, there's student unions, there's excursions. And it is really, I mean, you would probably, or people could say, oh, in Germany, why don't you just meet Germans? And you meet Germans all the time, but it's also quite fun to meet other international students because you can connect to other international students because they are in the same situation. German students often come from around the area. They have family, they have tons of friends. And so that means you need activities in order to meet other students. Of course, if you live in the shared apartment, you meet other students anyway. It's the city is also in some ways small, so you can walk it. You don't need a car. So you can walk from one side to the city to the other in an hour, which is, it is long
Right.
an hour, but you can walk it. The university is right in the middle. So all your life you can, you can use a bus, you can walk, you can be there quickly.
Mhm.
You meet other people really quick. The campus is right in the middle of the city, and you have those events. They are organized by the international office. They do stuff, they do excursions, they have mentoring buddy programs for international full-time students. And you would be an international full-time student. So
Mentor means that is going to be a student of the second year or third year that is going
yes,
to, I can ask questions in order to
yes,
familiarize myself with all the questions that I would have about the city or study there.
yes. In our study course, we really focus on helping each other. The students get to know each other before even the study course starts, because to me, this is really important. You come to a different place, you start something new, you need support. And what I notice really that people like help from other people that are in a similar situation. They often ask me, they can ask me anytime, day and night, but they also ask their study group peers and their study course peers, and that's super because they answer on that level, and that's really beautiful. And I think in a big university, high ranked, their focus is the student happy? Can the student manage? Their focus is on ranking. So what is important is really the question here. What is important to you as a parent? And you want someone to take care of your child.
True.
And as a mother, my kids are 21 and 23. They both study. And I want to know, are they happy? Are they supported? And that's important to me.
Mhm. Thank you, Annette. And something that I want to add, because you mentioned about this. So for example, for the program that you mentioned, which is taught in English, but also if you want, you can go to study in German. So I saw that you offer German language for free.
Yes.
Right? When you're going to
Yes.
study the university.
Yes.
In order to integrate, because we know that German
Yes.
people, they don't speak English in general. And it's something that I would like to ask you here and to raise it like a question for you. What I saw in general, when students they go to a public school where the majority of the kids are the kids are Germans or French or whatever, then the integration of the student might be a little bit challenging, because there are the groups of the Germans and then like less international students. But I would like to address this to you, because some of the people, they are going to consider, oh, this is a disadvantage, then I would like to go more to another type of school, which is real, because when you go to a school and the majority of Germans or French or whatever, then the integration might be a little bit slower, maybe because a lot of conferences and information it's in German and it's not in English. But this might be a challenge if you see it like a challenge, or it's actually, I don't see it, it's a challenge if you see, okay, oh, it's a problem, it's in German, or actually it's an advantage, it's a possibility, because you are forced to study German, to go to those German classes. Maybe before going to Germany, it's important to have some German, to start taking some German classes. You are going to learn one of the strongest, let's say, language in the world, and it's always good to If you want as good, if you want an international career, that it's important to learn as well German. So it's in your advantage actually what is happening. So the disadvantage that you see at the beginning, it's actually in the advantage of the kid. And also the fact that there are more German students, it's going to force you to integrate in the other groups, which is also in your benefit because you are going to strengthen and to develop your communication skills, your group, your, I don't know, relationship skills and so on. So it's something that it's important for the students to be aware of, but it's not it's a challenge. It's something challenging and a disadvantage if you see it like this. If you focus on the solution, as your school is focused on the solution, then, and to see how I can turn this into an advantage for me, then, because in order for you to finish the university and to get a salary of, let's say, minimum 4,000 euro per month, and with the cost that you showed me, then you need to put the work. Nothing comes. So you cannot have a result without to put the work in this.
Yes.
So this is for students who understand then when they leave home in Romania, they go in an international environment and they need to adapt. It's also like friendship all the time I'm saying. If you have a friend in Romania or in whatever city you are living in the world, friends are not coming just by chance.
Yes, you have to work.
You have to work for that relationship. It's the same also with the coming to for the university. I'm saying you this because I saw a lot of students who are going to this kind of schools and then they are saying, oh, but they are Germans, oh, but they are Spanish. And they are not seeing the advantages. It's an investment in the end. Like this time that they are going to put there, it's an investment in you. How am I going to grow?
There's so many ideas come to mind. Number one, this German student population is not made up of Germans. I have to say, those students come from around the world. They are somehow ending up in Germany. They're speaking German, but in their hearts, they are not Germans. They're from everywhere and anywhere. They're from Turkey, they're from Syria, they're from Afghanistan, they're from Lebanon, they're from everywhere. Some are from Albania. This is just what comes to mind. So this is this very mixed group of people. Lots of students are Turkish, but I mean, some students are Germans, but everyone speaks German at this point. Some better, some not. And this is a very international group. That means you are not, if you come from Romania, you're basically in the middle of other Europeans. And this is really a big advantage because this is not a posh German university where everyone expects you to be perfect. And you are not, and you're struggling with these expectations because you promised your parents you will make it. And then those expectations are super high and you don't know how to manage that. So this is a realistic chance to make it because everyone around you is not perfect. And this is good because you don't want perfect people around because you're not perfect and nobody is. And they stick together and they make it together. And that's the beauty of it. So, of course, you have to work, but you don't come to this perfect established area of people where everyone expects you to be like them because there is no unique. I mean, there's no model picture where you have to fit to. It's a mix of people from around the world already.
Okay, I got it. I think this was important, like to mention it. And when you say perfect, it's coming to my mind because I know how the kids are thinking. There are, that usually like it's important to be surrounded by people who are smarter than you.
Yes.
To grow.
Yes, but when hold on. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you because it's very important. When you are surrounded by people that's smarter than you, at some point you might feel not smart enough. But if you also can explain things to people that are not smarter than you, then you feel great. And that's important because you need this feeling of, I can do something better than someone else. So you need this mixture around you. And when I know my students and I see some are good here and some are good there. And if someone, they discuss in class or during the breaks. And I saw it yesterday, and one student is asking, so can you do this and that? And the other student said, yes, I can do this. And she said, can you explain this to me? And he said, yes, I can. And you feel good when you do this. And this way you grow, because also your mind needs also explaining. You want other ones to learn from you. But of course, when you're the smartest, that's also not good. Then you have the teachers, the teachers are, smarter than you, and they can give you difficult things to do if you think everyone is just not smart enough for you. But only smart people around you makes you crazy.
Yeah, but it's good to be in a competitive. What I want.
Yes.
It's like it's good to be in a competitive environment, not in a bad way. The competitive,
Yes.
not like shooting the other person. No, it's in the idea of, okay,
Yes.
if you don't know something now, I will
Yes.
explain it to you, and vice versa. In this idea, people who are interested and passionate about the same subject and the same way.
Yes. But this is, as long as is it fair. My son, he's studying in Würzburg, and he told me there's like the law people, they give out fake handouts to other law people, students, because they don't want them to be good, because the competition is so high. This is too much. So you want a friendly environment where people want you to grow with them and not tell them the wrong things because you don't want them to succeed.
True. Yeah, sure. Yeah, competition is not something bad, not in that the destructive competition. No, in the idea of growing together. This is like competition, like being with smarter people than you, because they can influence you in also to get out of your comfort zone and to grow. This is the idea.
Yes, you don't want to pull, of course, stupid, lazy people around through your studies, but you want to grow together with your friends and colleagues, because it's also more fun to be successful together and not, be this super student and everyone hates you because you are this student that never shares any idea with anyone else. I think it is not really fun to study like that. Study should be fun too.
This is not healthy also. This is not what kind of leader is this one? Like, you don't want to work with this kind of person.
No, but so you need this balance between everyone is super and everyone is stupid and lazy. So you need a balance.
Okay. But they have this competitive environment in the work, because they work as well in teamwork, right? Because they have the projects. So there they can see the dynamic of the group and they can learn from each other. So this was my point of view, mainly, like to be in a competitive environment, like learning from each other. This was the idea.
Let's say competitive means you compete as a group against the other groups, but it's, everyone can be good. It's not really that the one is, needed. Every group can be good. And of course, if you end up in a group, it's always like this. You have strong people and you have not so strong people, but mostly everyone has something that they do very well. And you have to manage. And in reality, it's no different. Therefore, our program is good because students learn to solve problems in reality and not fake problems. Sometimes you have like fake factories and you learn how to solve their fake problems. And okay, that's cool too. But reality, companies, you have to know what's going on there in order to really get a super job and don't make stupid mistakes. So it's a combination.
Yeah, it's a combination. Yeah, for me, being competitive and all the time I'm saying to the kids is not something in the bad way, destructive. It's something in the constructive way. And
yes,
what I can do to work better, to be better, not from like comparing myself with the other people, but with myself, like how I can be better today, how I can do my work better today in this way. Okay, so I think I have all the information from you. I think this is a great school and it's a great program for the Romanian students, and anyway, for any person who will be interested to study here. So thank you very much for all the information that you gave us. I will share this with the students, and I'm sure they're going to be interested to find out all this information. Would you like to add anything else?
You can find us anywhere on social media already. In German yet, but we are going to add some English stuff too. So we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, have a YouTube channel. You see all the little videos. I did some podcasts some time ago, and now you see little bits and snippets out of those videos with advice and with funny things, and I talk to students, I talk to other teachers, I talk to interesting people. So I would really love for you guys to come back to me. Leah, we do definitely stay in touch. I want to know how Romania is doing and how
Yeah.
your idea of, this complete program, not just education, but the mind also comes with the education. That's really interesting, and I want to see how that's going on and how you succeed in this. So.
Thank you, Annette. It was lovely to have you. Guys, if you'd be interested, so if you want to become an engineer and you want to study in Germany and to have 100% the chances of getting a job in your field and to be paid with a minimum of 4,000 euros per month, and to study in a hub, in a technological hub, then the school that we presented today, Heilbronn School, is the one that might be the best choice for you. So we are going to be here for you to help you further with the details about the school. So whatever questions you have, you can come to us, and I wish you success with your studies further.
Hello to Romania. Leah, it was so nice meeting you, and I never forget Toulouse, where we met at this marché meeting and had a great time eating French food. Questions. Thanks for having me, Leah.
Thank you.